Well, good afternoon, viewer. I'm in my summer house, as you can tell, because the sun's beating down on me and it's pretty damn hot. But anyway, I just thought I'd give you my latest experience talking with the Carters, because I don't know what it is, but every time I go to Spain I just end up bumping into them. It's just bizarre. So the other week I was in a part of Spain called Murcia. No, I haven't got a speech impediment. It's spelt Murcia, but they pronounce it Murcia. So I was in Murcia, and I was actually in Murcia, the city. We went to a few towns, and we were there one day. And we went to the cathedral, which is a fine building indeed. And then we went to this square, and there was this nice old church. And then all of a sudden, I was taking pictures of the church, and then all of a sudden my wife said to me, "There's Jehovah's Witnesses." And yes, they were there, standing in the shadow of this cathedral, this plaza. Two Carters, both behind the carts, a black brother and a white sister. And I thought, right, okay, they probably don't understand English, I'll just fire in with my usual "who's this?" showing them the picture on my phone of our favourite governing body member who likes to go out shopping on a Sunday. And I says, "Who's this?" And both of them hadn't a clue who I was showing. I says, who is that? And I showed them, because he's got his cap on in this thing, and they go, "No," shaking their heads, "No, no, no, no." And she kept on coming up with this name. I'm going, "No, no, not him." I think she was coming up with the name of somebody else. I don't know who it was. No, no, it's not him. I thought, no, these people can't understand English. So I just thought, well, I just then eventually said, you know, I pointed out who it was. And then I said to them, you know, same thing, while you on a Sunday were at the meeting, you know, while you were doing that, this particular governing body member who wants to really get involved in the spectacular slaughter was actually getting in the drink so he could get spectacularly sloshed. And the next thing is, she just goes, she then also could speak English and says, why have you got this? Why have you got this? So all of a sudden her back was up, because I was pointing out to her, yes, you know, this is one of your governing body members who was caught on a Sunday morning going to, you know, a liquor store buying, you know, a load of single Scotch whisky, single malt Scotch whisky. And she was quite indignant about this. "Why have you got this?" You know, and I just said, well, the reason why I've got this, and then I then went on to them being there's Carters, and I gave them. I actually said to them, I says, this is the worst method of a warning work of all time. I says, it really, really is. I says, and as we were speaking, people were walking past. I says, there's your opportunity there to speak to that person. There's your opportunity to speak to them, and you're letting them walk past. You're not stopping them and telling them how important your message is. And all the magazines at the front, but it was in Spanish, of course, I couldn't understand it. And I actually demonstrated to them what to do. I actually went in front of the carts, and actually then in my bad Spanish, going, "Hola," you know, actually saying to do it, and people smiling at me as I was doing this. I'm thinking, and I said to her, "Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you stopping these people right now in their tracks and saying, look, if you don't listen to what we have to say, you're going to perish, you know, at the Battle of Armageddon. You have to listen to us. This is important work we're doing." And unbelievable as this is, he actually said to me that he was actually from Ghana, and his English was very good. Hers was pigeon-esque, but his English was pretty good. He actually said, "Jehovah will draw them to us. Jehovah will draw them to us." He said, if their heart is inclined, they will seek us out. And I said to him, well, hold on a second. I says, there's nothing at the front of your carts which even identify you as being from a religious group. You know, that you're anything to do with the Bible. All you have is jw.org. It doesn't even say Jehovah's Witnesses. There's no use of the word Bible. There is nothing. So if people are searching for the Bible, why would they be drawn to this? Because you give no indication of who you are, what you stand for, and why you're there. And he just said, well, this is just one method we do. I says, yeah, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then he actually said to me, because I did let them know I was a Jehovah's Witness for 28 years. He says, in those 28 years, how many people did you bring into the meetings when you used to be engaged in preach work? I says, one person. And they got baptised, and now they're no longer here. And he says, see, that's not successful. See, that's not successful. That's why we do this. I'm going, but that doesn't even equate. At least I actually brought somebody in because I chapped their door. These two guys are standing behind there. I should have actually said to him, by the way, I should have said to him, right, which I didn't, by the way, have you actually spoken to anybody yet? Has anybody actually approached you and say, hey guys, what's it all about? Tell me more. I'm interested. You two guys are in the shade. You're wearing suit. You're standing behind these carts with these things. You're not approaching me. I'm clearly supposed to come to you. Tell me what's it all about. I should have said that because I bet you the answer would have been zero, zippo. At least I went to people's doors to actually engage people in conversation, but standing there, waiting for people to come to you, it clearly isn't going to work. Yet bizarrely, he felt quite alright with this. He felt quite, you know, I don't know what the word was, smugly self-assured that he was doing the right thing. And that's why I came back to, you know, the governing body. That's why I came back. I says, sorry, I says, at the end of the day I says, these people are walking past here, and I says, this may be their only opportunity to learn about what's going to go down at Armageddon, and they're not going to know because you haven't gone to them. You know, and I said, and I says, who's giving you the instruction? I says, this guy here and his buddies. I says, they've got to be blood guilty. Then all of a sudden, the Spanish woman then comes back with, oh, by the way, we shouldn't even be speaking to you. You need to go now. We shouldn't be speaking to you. And I says, well, hold on a second. I says, I'm not disassociated. I'm not disfellowshipped. And I stopped going purely because I started to disbelieve the things I was being taught because the witnesses kept on changing their teachings all the time. I says, you should be right now helping me, you know, to realise that I was sadly mistaken and this is still the truth. And not only me, but all these other people as well. But she didn't want to extend this love, which apparently is the theme of their convention. We're supposed to love heathen people who persecute you. Love people who persecute you. Well, I wasn't persecuting her. I was just saying, look, this can't be right. You know, you tell me how I've got this wrong, but she didn't want to speak to me. Bizarrely, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that they just don't know how to speak to people anymore. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe, oh my God, somebody's come up to us and wants to speak, and we've now forgotten how to actually reason from the scriptures anymore. We don't know. His Bible never came out. Well, do they use Bibles anymore? His mobile phone never came out. His laptop, you know, his little tablet never came out. It was really odd. It's like all of a sudden they think, you know, I don't know. Well, sorry, they don't think. They can't reason. And I was giving them examples, quite clear examples that I thought this can't be right. This warning method, and I was basically told to go on my way. Basically, I was told to go. I was basically told to leave. Let's put it that way. I was basically told, you know, you've made your point. And the guy actually shook my hand. He says, what's your name? I says, my name's Terry. And his name was, I don't know what his name was. He was a nice enough guy. But really, I just thought, after speaking to him, I thought, my God, how utterly delusional these are. And again, I've said this before. The thing about it is, what I said, did it make them think? Was there any point in me doing this? Did it actually make them think? Did they just go away and still felt that they were right, that they were what they were justifying and what they were doing? Did it bother them at all? They probably just thought I was of the evil slave class or apostate or whatever the way, and that's it. You know, they weren't interested in trying to reason with me, to say, look, yeah, I understand why you thought that, but this is how you should see this. They weren't interested in trying to reason anybody the other side of the cart. It's just extraordinary. It really is extraordinary. I just told them at the end. I says, honestly, this is the worst warning method of all time. It really, truly is. So that was my latest experience with the Carters. And when I left, my back was up, and my wife, because I spent maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes with these, trying to reason with them, and she's going, you know, she says, I hate it when you hate it when I go into the shops and you're waiting outside. I says, well, yeah, this is true, but yeah, my back was up. I actually wanted, I've actually thought I'd like to go up if you ever see Carters, different things I'd like to get one of those megaphones and actually be the other side of the street to stand at them and go and actually say to them, please listen to these people. Please, everybody, please come to these people. They really, really want to talk to you because they have news how they will save your life. And actually encourage them to go there. I think something must be done. Or a big sign with a big arrow pointing down to them saying, please speak to these people, otherwise you'll die at Armageddon. There needs to be, so we need to help these Carters out because honestly, you know, it's, oh dear. Anyway, that's my latest experience. I'm pretty sure when I go back to Spain, whenever that is, there'll be more. But anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoy that, but it riles me up. Anyway, bye-bye.